So in today's video, we're going to be using that big brain of ours and putting on our weeb hats for this one. Because we are going to be ranking the quirks from My Hero Academia's Class 1A in real world practicality and usefulness into a tier list.
Bruh, what is that?
Now, if you're even the tiniest part weeb or comic book nerd or just a superhero lover that I consider myself and a lot of action shonen like My Hero Academia fans to be, then I'm sure at one point you've had the which superpower would you want in real life convo. And knowing you guys, the conversation probably went like this. Hey man, if you got any superpower like right now, what would it be? Well, probably super speed, so I'm never late to anything, especially in my classes. And technically, super speed also gives you the benefits of super strength and just super anything. And also, okay, I didn't ask for a whole paragraph. And I think it's obvious that invisibility is the way to go. I mean, how else am I supposed to get into the girls' locker room? Wait, what? So you get the idea. I'm going to be using a tier list to rank all of Class 1A quirks on their usefulness in our superpower list, IRL Real World. First My Hero Academia video I'm doing in a while, and one of the only videos I can do without catching up to the manga, which is probably something I need to do, but make sure to comment down below which quirk of Class 1A or just an ability from anime that you think you could use IRL. But without further ado, into the tier list. So before we get into the actual ranking portion of the video, I just want to quickly introduce the tiers I set up for this tier list, as well as get some side notes out of the way, such as Aizawa or Mr. Aizawa and All Might will be included into this tier list, as well as Shinjo from Class 1C. Starting at the bottom of the tier list, we have the School Threat F tier, Dexter Weirdo D tier, Cool Party Trick I guess C tier, Pretty Decent Life Hack B tier, Instant Money / Power A tier, Indeed Now IRL S tier. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into the part of the video y'all came here for, the ranking. So it looks like we're gonna start off with Hanta Zero, and apologies in advance because I literally have a tab next to this Chrome tab filled with all their names and quirks, because for some reason, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person in the fandom who has this problem. I can't remember their names to save my life, but I can describe each of their quirks in depth. But anyway, Hanta Zero. Honestly, this is an interesting pick. And I guess we're starting off this video with a C tier selection, because when I looked at Hanta Zero starting the series and looking at his quirk, I honestly looked at it as like an underrated Spider-Man, but I think we all quickly found out that wasn't the case. But I don't know, what could you really use his quirk for IRL? Because I was really torn between putting him in a life hack or a party trick. Look at me, I got tape. I guess you want to tape up, some homework assignments. I got that. But I guess he could swing, right? I think we've seen him swing in the anime, and like, I think I could put him up in low B, because let's say you got some traffic, you didn't get to school, he can really be swinging on some trees. Okay, I didn't mean that. I meant swing on some street lights, okay? Street lights. But yeah, I mean, you could really skip traffic. I don't think it really has much uses IRL besides skipping traffic by swinging on street lights, not trees. Guess you could tape up, easy tape, whatever. Again, it's not really a combat-based quirk, but a lot of its uses are used in combat situations, which is obviously something we're not applying in an IRL situation. Yeah, I put him low B. Skip some traffic, tape up some assignments, life hack. Next, we got the quirk of Yuga Aoyama, the Naval Laser. And it's really hard to separate the quirk from the character because I have my own separate opinion about the character. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think a naval laser is really the perfect example of a party trick. You have no use for it but to show it off. Like, all he does in the anime is show it off. So yeah, cool party trick. Hey guys, look at my naval laser. Yeah, C tier quirk, at least I guess. Following Yuga in his L tier, not even a C tier anymore quirk, because I was thinking about it on this little break I just took. His quirk is really on some weird stuff, because I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube, but it starts with a P and it's used to describe illegal kid lovers. I think those illegal kid lovers starts with a P would have his quirk. I mean, hey little kids, you want to come check out my naval laser, on that type of energy. But
What did he say?
But I'm gonna leave it in C tier. I digress. Next, we got the quirk of Koji Koda. And the last, or most of what I remember, he can talk to animals. He's an animal talker. Yeah, I think we all know where this one's going, boys. It's a D tier quirk. And the thing about it is that I really hate naming this quirk the weirder tier, or naming this tier the weirder tier, because it's really rooted in some My Hero Academia style racism and how they hate on the mutation aspect of quirks. Because in order to have his quirk, you would have to look like this. And respectfully, I'm not trying to walk around looking like this IRL. But I'm gonna change it from the weirder tier to the D tier just because of that. I feel bad because I actually messed with the dude in the anime, but his quirk, you'd have to look like the mixture of a blockhead and a fish just to talk to animals. And I'm not saying talking to animals isn't cool, but it's not that special. I mean, you're gonna become the best zookeeper in the world. It's just not something that I think is very useful IRL. We're gonna leave it in D tier. Next, we got the quirk of Tenya Ida, the engine quirk. And not gonna lie, this tier list was looking kind of down with this B, C, D tier selection, but the next one, it's an S tier, need now IRL. It's literally the perfect quirk for me. I'm never late to anything. Now, I'm not expecting some flash level super speed, but it's super pretty fast with little or to no drawbacks as long as you don't overuse it. Also, the physical aspects, you can have a little engine stub sticking out your leg, but who's gonna notice that when you're going the speed of faster than the car probably? And you know what? Screw swinging through streetlights. I almost said trees this time, but streetlights with Cero's tape quirk. You can run through traffic. Which one do you want? Running through traffic or swinging through traffic? Yeah, I mean, little to no drawbacks. Literally the perfect IRL quirk. Tenya Ida's engine quirk is an S tier, need now IRL. Really practical. And, just to fully pan out how good an S tier Tenya Ida's engine quirk would be IRL. If you ever want to get into the thieving industry, I'm not promoting anything, but you know what I mean? And grab it, zoom out of the way, but not promoting anything. This. Next, we got Ijiro Kirishima for short. Honestly, I don't think he's a D tier. I'm torn between B life hack and a cool party trick, because in reality, and who would I put him above? I'm gonna put him in top of. I think he's the top party trick quirk in this entire list. I think he's gonna stay there for the entire video. Honestly, because I don't know, how could you use his hardness to progress your lifestyle? I don't really see it as a life hack, because how hard do you need to get? Pause, but why do you need to get that hard? Double pause, but just look at his red riot form. Who needs to get that hard? No one wants you to get that hard. Triple final pause. But yeah, I kind of see it as a cool party trick, come around, I can go hard, I guess because it does give you a lot of durability, but of course the superhuman level of strength. But again, in a powerless, not combat light world, why would you really need that? And the thing about it, actually, I really want to put it in life hack, because unlike Coda, that's his name's quirk, it really goes on activation. You don't have to stay hard. Quadruple pause. You don't have to stay as hard as he is when his quirk is activated. It really is a quirk that you can deactivate and activate. I don't know. I'm actually gonna put it in B tier. Screw that. I'm putting it actually over Zero, because you can also get in the athlete field, I guess, when it comes to weightlifting. It does give him a superhuman level of strength, become an Olympic level weightlifter, I guess. But I think B tier is where I'm gonna leave him. Now, the next character of quirk needs no introduction. We have All Might, the biggest Chad, S tier Chad. I'm a little riding on his meat right now, but it's All Might. All Might.
I am here!
But he's a school thread, if I'm being honest, because I don't know, super strength, super speed, super everything, My Hero Academia's version of Superman. Would you need that much level of strength and speed in life for? I guess you can make the whole Kirishima argument I just did. You can become an Olympic level everything, but I feel like his quirk is just screaming school threat. You're that level of strength, that level of speed. That's not even a school threat. That's a world level threat. I don't think you could use the IRL. If you're a normal person, I don't think in a powerless world, I don't think that's something that you could use IRL. Now, no disrespect to all my biggest Chad S tier fan right here, but I don't see that use in IRL. It's a very, I guess it's a mid practical quirk. I don't see that use IRL. And also, if we're using those big brain hacks, like I said we were at the beginning of the video, to be honest, with that level of strength and speed that All Might has, his house probably going to get nuked by the US military or whatever country you lived in. The military is not going to let you walk around. I mean, Having that quirk, and I mean the stockpiling aspect of that quirk, not the passing on successors and all that stuff. Having that aspect of the quirk automatically makes you a school threat. Next, we got the quirk of Denki, last name check, Kaminari. Denki Kaminari. And this was one character that when I thought about making this video, I actually questioned where would I rank him, because his quirk is really a double-sided coin. At the beginning of the anime, seeing his electricity manipulation generation quirk, you would think, he was gonna be that guy. He was gonna be with the big top dogs, Class 1A, Deku, Bakugo, Shoto, maybe Denki. But then you found out that he really has no or little to no control of the electricity as it emits from his body, meaning he can cover his body with electricity, but he can't really control it when it comes to ranged attacks. So I'm gonna be honest, it's an A tier quirk, and I know I just dogged and a little bit hated on this quirk, but in real life, I mean, he's a human generator. I low-key see if I had that quirk, I could make a multi-million-dollar business with that quirk. He's a human generator, and of course, I couldn't really use any range attacks, but IRL, who would use range attacks? I mean, no super villains to attack in the first place. I low-key see him, I think he's a human generator. I think he can make a lot of money, instant money. He's our first A tier quirk. Next quirk we have is, someone called the police. Okay, this is an official alert. Lock down the schools. Make sure to lock down the schools. This quirk is an automatic school threat. School threat alert. This quirk is the face of school threats. And it's not even because of the user that was featured in the anime, Bakugo, category Bakugo. This quirk is an automatic school threat. What do you need to be blowing up? His quirk is really combustion. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more science that goes into his quirk. But, basically, the explanation, explosion. What do you need that for in the IRL world besides being a school threat? Remember, lock down the schools. This is an automatic school threat quirk. I just don't know what you could do with this quirk besides destruction. Now, I'm pretty sure if we look into the science of this quirk, I'm pretty sure the chemicals that his sweat makes could probably use for some science. But, be honest, who's using the actual glycerin? We're using the explosion if we add this quirk. It's automatic school threat. Automatic school threat. Someone lock down the schools. Okay, save the Class 1A. But luckily, following the school threat quirks, we have the light-hearted Izuku Midoriya's quirk, One for All, and I'm mainly talking about the stockpiling aspect of his quirk, not the passing down the inheritance or his other quirks that he gained throughout the series, such as Black Whip or Danger Sense, mostly the stockpiling portion of all One for All. And you know what I mean? Izuku Midoriya, you know what I mean? Super strength, super speed, nice-hearted kid. You know what I mean? S tier. Someone called the SWAT team. Now, I kind of feel bad just because I'm looking at his face while ranking this tier list, and I just can't see him being anywhere in the bottom tier of any tier list, ranking anything. But, I mean, same argument for All Might. That level of same strength, that level of same speed. Your army's going to get to you before you even get to school. That is a school threat, a world threat. I don't know what you would do with that. I mean, he's even too strong to be in the Olympics. He would break the Olympic records. And I know some of you might be like, I mean, it might not be that big of a deal. I mean, there was a clip, I think it was in season 4, he could barely hold up a metal pole. But if we're doing series, One for All put into the wrong hands could do some serious damage. And imagine what it would do IRL with barely anyone to stop him but the military. And remember, it's not as if we're ranking the characters because, you know what I mean? S tier Deku, he is him. If I was ranking All Might, S tier 2, he is the bigger version of him. But I'm not gonna lie, I was ranking a little bit of Bakugo's character into his quirk, but it's Bakugo. What can you expect? It shows that the destructive capability of the quirks is just too much for it to be used for IRL. I just don't see a good use of that level of speed and strength that all three of them have. And the funny thing is that some of the characters that in the My Hero Academia verse, obviously the top dogs, actually would be the bottom dogs when it comes to usefulness in IRL. And yeah, and if we're also ranking other Deku quirks like Black Whip, Danger Sense, specifically Black Whip and Danger Sense, honestly, I put them in top of pretty decent life hack. I mean, that Danger Sense, Black Whip, Spider-Man, what else do you need? Swing through traffic, swing through everything. I mean, but stockpiling purchase of One for All, he's the bottom of school threat. Following the school threat trio, we have the quirk of Kyogajiro, Heartbeat Amplification. And that's weird because I don't think I've ever heard anyone refer to as Kyoka, but might just be me. Anyway, if you guys don't know, her quirk allows her to amplify and channel her heartbeat into things for combat purposes. I've seen her make like a mini earthquake from just channeling her heartbeat into the ground. Honestly, I think barring any combat like purposes, I could see it being like a low B, pretty decent life hack. I just don't see myself as that big brain to find out what I could use with it IRL. But she could also listen to the things that she plugs her earlobes into. So I guess super hearing. I mean, I just don't think I can think of anything that's really not combat like. I mean, because what would you need to channel your heartbeat sound into a wall for IRL? I'm gonna put it low B. I don't think you can. It's a party trick. I think it's more than a party trick. I think you can actually find a life hack for it. If you guys can think of a life hack for it in the comments, let me know. But I don't think I can think of anything now. But I'm pretty sure there is a life hack that you can use for that card. Next we have Mezo Shoji. And now you may think I'm gonna put him in the D tier, formerly called the weirdo tier, but I'm actually liking this quirk as a life hack. I feel like Jiro and Shoji have like the perfect life hack quirks. And I'm pretty sure I've seen them as a duo, maybe in season 1, but I would honestly rather look like how he loves with his extra limbs than look like Koji or Koda. Yeah, Koda might be a little bit hate, but you know what I mean. And the thing is, it literally is him hacking life with the extra limbs, extra eyes, extra ears, extra arms. I mean, it's the little definition of life hack. And it honestly might even be higher than Jiro's quirk. Maybe even Zero. Actually, I think he's like has the best IRL life hack quirk because I could think of a million uses more than any of these three. Extra arms, he can lift heavy things. Maybe he's moving, he can move his entire house by himself. Not the entire house, but the things inside the entire house. Super hearing with the extra ears. Maybe extra vision with the extra eyes. It's the little life hack, his quirk. They should just call it life hack. Next, we have the quirk of Mina Ashido. And as far as I know, her quirk is looking beautiful and she's doing it well, so S tier quirk. But if we're being for real, as far as I remember, I don't know the specifics of it, but her skin does secrete some type of acid. The side effects or the mutation aspect of a quirk, she's pink, yellow eyes like a Sith Lord, and she has pink hair, and I'm pretty sure those are horns coming out that I'm seeing in this little picture in this tier list. But anyway, I don't know. I think I could put it in life hack. Actually, what could you use acid for? There's a lot of things. I mean, if you want to open a lock, maybe, you know, getting in the thieving industry with Ida, but I'm not promoting anything. I could see it as life hack for sure. A lot of usefulness in IRL. I mean, I'm pretty sure scientists could use acid for something. She's an acid generator. I don't know. I just don't know how I'd rank this little tier here. I know Shoji's at the top. I'm honestly move Zero now over Kirishima. Because again, Kirishima, hardening, superhuman strength, not much you can use in IRL and non-combat like purposes. I might put Mina. Actually, I'm gonna leave these three. I don't know. It's undecided. All I know is that all their quirks are life hacks IRL. I think these two have a little bit more weight above them. But yeah. Next we have is Fumikage Tokoyami. I did say that right. Fumikage Tokoyami. And I feel so bad because he's one of my favorite characters, like top 5 favorite characters in Class 1A, and I love his quirk. Like if I was in MHA, if I had to pick a quirk, I would probably pick his quirk. But we're IRL here, we're in real life, in the real world. I'm just not trying to look like that. And I feel like I'm being so racist MHA style, but I'm just not trying to look like that. And to be honest, he's borderline school threat, if I'm being honest. Imagine if you're taking a test and your classmate Shadows just starts boxing you up and beats you up in front of the whole class. He could probably beat the whole class up. I mean, the only advantage is that he could fly. Of course, that was your training. You would have to train that. The disadvantages, or actually the advantage, is more of a disadvantage and an advantage. Dark Shadow, you can't control it at first, and you have to look like that. I'm not hating, but an uncontrollable quirk, it screams school threat. I guess it just depends on the person. At best, if it's mastered, I'd put it high D, maybe low C. At worst, uncontrollable, it's a school threat quirk. But I think I'm going to leave it for the video. High D, high D. Now, the next character or quirk needs no introduction, just like All Might, because he's honestly on the level of All Might. We have Minora Mineta, Class 1 Ace Resident S tier simp, and his quirk, Pop Off. His quirk is called Pop Off. I was almost about to say something else. But anyway, honestly, I'm gonna put it in the same tier, the C tier. Cool party trick with Yuga's Naval Laser quirk. Yeah, I mean, I think it could be used as a life hack, honestly. But in that case, I also feel like it would really depend on the person, because some may use it as a party trick, some might actually find a life hack use for it, because I'm pretty sure it's even more stickier than Cero's tape, and you can't really get it off until he gets it off. Torn between life hack and party trick. I don't know. I don't think really big purple balls are really convenient if you want tape. I think you should really just go to Cero for that. IRL, I would say it's one of the best party tricks known to man. Next, we have the creation quirk of Yarurozu, and her quirk embodies IRL usefulness. You already know it is joining Tenya Ida's engine quirk. It need now IRL right now, S tier. And I don't think it needs an explanation. It's the creation quirk. Now, I'm pretty sure she has to know the composition. She has to know a lot of the more intricate details of what she's creating. But, I mean, once you get that stuff with stuff you need IRL, you can create it. I mean, of course, stuff like a phone is a lot more complex, but eventually it's going to take time. But if you learn how to make a phone, you can create it. Of course, you're going to do a lot of simple stuff, but, I mean, need now IRL. Okay, actually, you have to know like the exact composition and intricate details. So stuff like a phone would take a lot of time to study on. I might put it under Ida's engine quirk. I don't know. I don't think she can make food now. Don't quote me on that. I'm not like an expert at her quirk, but I don't think that she can make like food. She might. I don't know, but I know she's a S tier quirk. I mean creation, but I don't know if it's over Ida. Which one is more useful? I think her quirk is the top one, honestly. Need now IRL. If I could get that quirk, I'd get my hands on it, because of course you have to know the details, but once you get that on the stuff that you really do need, I mean, create that stuff. I'm S tier. Coming up is the quirk of Uraka, and obviously everyone should know this. She can manipulate gravity, and I don't know where to put her, because it's not too combat light and destructive that is a school threat F tier, but it can be, as we saw when Toga used it. I don't know. It can go as high as instant money / power, and low as cool party trick. It really depends on the user, I guess. But a life hack, I don't know, what would you use it for as a life hack? Of course, it's like cool and stuff. I mean, you can manipulate gravity, but you float up, you go down. Obviously, she can manipulate the gravity of items too. But I don't know. I know it's useful, but I'm putting it at the top of a cool party trick, because I just don't see what you would use it for. Like in your everyday life, what would you need to manipulate the gravity of something for? Playing some basketball, need to make sure it gets in the hoop or something, but I don't know. I think it's cool. It's very cool, which is why it's in the cool party trick, I guess, tier. Next, we have Shoto Todoroki. No need for explanation. His quirk, half hot, half cold. But in this case, he's a human microwave / a human refrigerator. I'm putting him a cool party trick. I'm not gonna lie to you. Actually, it's between life hack and cool party trick, because when I look at the quirk when it comes to IRL usefulness, hey guys, look at me, I can warm your food up or I can cold it down, and that's barring any of the combat stuff, because if we're counting only combat, it really is a school threat. But I see a human microwave and a human refrigerator, but that technically is a life hack, so I'm putting him in a pretty decent life hack. I think in some cases it's going to be used as a cool party trick, but I mean, microwave, refrigerator on hand, that's a life hack. Now we have Mr. Aizawa. I mean, his quirk has 0% of IRL usefulness, because in his world, or he has a lot of quirks that he can cancel in our world. He really wouldn't have any use, but we don't really have a no use tier. Well, I can make one though. NA. Okay, we made a quirk just for Aizawa. Putting him in the NA quirk, I mean, there's really not much you can do. He's a useless quirk IRL. Next we have Mr. Ojiro, I believe his name is. Class 1A's resident Tarzan.
Okay, bitch, you said it, that's me.
Okay, but if I'm being for real, his quirk does involve having a tail. He's going in the weirdo tier. I'm sorry, but the only use for that quirk is to get hurled racist jokes at, and I don't actually. He's below Coda at that point. He's not a school threat, but it's a D tier quirk right there. Next we have Shinsho. Goes without saying he's joining Denki at the instant money / power. I don't think that's a quirk that I would want in the S tier need now, I need it now IRL, because I don't know. I just don't feel like a controlling person. I wouldn't want to control people, but if someone really would want that quirk IRL, they could really control the world with that quirk. So obviously it would be in the A tier instant power. Next we have Toru. I believe her name is Toru. Yes, it is. Yeah, invisibility. I'm not gonna lie, I need it now, and it's not for the reasons I said in the intro, but and I understand that once you get it, you can't really become visible, but I mean, you wear clothes, you can highlight your drip more. I mean, yeah, you can highlight your drip more, your fit more. I'm gonna put it in need now, honestly. Of course, the huge drawback, no one can see me for the rest of my life, but I don't know. Pretty decent life hack. I feel like that's too low. It can be very useful. You can spy on people, which is not something I'm promoting, but you know, we need to do it every now or again. Yeah, I'm putting it bottom of S tier. And for our final two quirks, we have one from Rikudo Sato, a name I actually remember. I'm putting him at second to Mezo Shoji on pretty decent life hack B tier, just because there's really no drawbacks to his quirk. As long as he has easy access to sugar, and sugar in this day and age is all around us. He has superhuman level strength and pretty sure just all superhuman level stats in general. So yeah, I think he's life hack. I don't know if I'll put him in instant money / power. I think life hack is good for him. Yeah, instant power. I mean, it is instant power, but yeah, I'm putting him in A tier. I think it's more than life hack. I mean, instant power. And for our final quirk of the tier list, it belongs to Sui Asu. And just to get this right, her quirk allows her to do a number of things like enhance swimming abilities, hopping at long distances, extending her tongue, sticking to walls, ejecting / washing her stomach, camouflaging herself, and secreting mucus in different controlled effects such as itch-inducing, scent masking, and paralysis. I'm not gonna lie, I want this quirk now. I'm not gonna lie, going into this, I just thought that she was a frog hybrid. But enhanced hopping, I guess you could tie that in with Ida's quirk. You know, you can hop through traffic and enhance swimming abilities. Now, I'm not so, but I'm African American. I mean, I can swim well, but I can swim perfect with her quirk. Extending your tongue. I mean, these are some pretty basic quirks by itself, but all together, of course, you have to deal with the mutation aspect of her quirk, but I don't think it's that severe looking at her. I mean, she looks like a normal person. I'm not saying that if you don't look like a normal person, that's bad, but you also have to deal with the mutation aspect of it. You can also camouflage yourself, stick to walls. I'm finna be Miles Morales. I'm honestly putting this is the biggest shock of the tier list. I might put it as the number one need now IRL quirk. Okay, I'm not gonna put over creation, but it's a pretty cool quirk in that an S tier quirk actually. And yeah, last character of the tier. Anyway, that was the end of the video. It is my first tier list in unscripted video literally forever, so bear with me if it wasn't to the degree of awesomeness as my other videos usually are. But I did have a lot of fun making this video, and I plan to make more tier list or unscripted fun videos every once in a while. So already know, make sure to comment down below your dream IRL quirk, subscribe to the channel for more of My Hero Academia content, turn on post notifications so you never miss another tier list, and follow my Twitter at BasicallyAnime. With all that said, Mineta is the only S tier character in My Hero Academia. Have a nice day.